What if I told you that you don't have to quit your job to retire from the stress, the drama, and the constant pressure of working? Thousands of midlife workers are quietly retiring while still collecting their paycheck. There was a time when you worked until you were 65, you retired, and then you were off golfing and traveling. But for many midlifers, that is not the reality. Many of us, we still have young adults living in the home. We have aging parents that we're taking care of, and others just simply can't afford to retire. So there is another option though, and that is the quiet retirement. And no, that doesn't mean quitting our jobs or doing the bare minimum. It means retiring from the emotional burden of work while still collecting your paycheck. Because somewhere along the line, many of us made our jobs our identities. We stayed late, we volunteered for extra projects, we were always bailing everyone out, offering to do more, and all we got in return was more work, more expectations, more responsibilities.
How many of you offered to help your coworkers? You worked through your breaks, you worked through your lunches, you were always working late in the evening, weekends, taking on overtime shifts when you were already burnt out.
So quiet retirement just means that we are no longer making work our identity. We're still there, we're still doing our jobs, but work is not our entire life. So if you're burnt out from making work your entire identity, this video is for you, because today I want to talk about 5 different things that you can do to quietly retire.
I've worked at the same company for 26 years, and what I've learned over the years is that the more effective you are and the more productive, you get more work.
Number 1 is to retire from all the workplace drama. Go to work, do your job, go home. Protect your peace. You don't need to be involved in every conversation at the water cooler. You don't need to know who hates who, who's stabbing who in the back. You don't need to join in all of the workplace drama and politics. Go to work, do your job, go home.
Workplace drama has a way of following us through the front door if we let it. But carrying office stress into our personal lives often affects our mood, relationships, and overall well-being. Keeping the workplace conflicts and frustrations at work allows your home to remain a place of peace, rest, and connection with the people who matter most.
Number 2 is that you do not need to prove yourself anymore. You've probably spent the last 10, 20, 30 years proving your value, but you no longer need to be the employee of the month. You do not need to solve every problem in the office. You do not need to save every project. And you don't need to join every committee. Go to work, do your job well, deliver quality work, but leave the hero cape there for someone else. Number 3 is to retire from taking work home with you. You do not need to respond to emails at home. You do not need to answer phone calls at home. When your shift is done, your shift is done. Leave the office at the office. Your time at home is to be spent with your family, your friends, your peace, your hobbies, doing what you want to do. Work can stay at work.
And if you're working from home, use that time to enjoy the outdoors. One of the best ways for enjoying that time at home is to take advantage of the freedom it offers by stepping outside to work in the fresh air, the sunshine, whenever possible. Even a few hours spent on the patio, your deck, or in the backyard can make the workday feel less stressful and more enjoyable. Natural light can boost your mood, fresh air helps improve focus and energy, and a change of scenery can spark creativity and motivation. So instead of feeling trapped indoors for 8 hours, working outside allows you to combine productivity with the simple pleasures of nature, making your workday feel more balanced.
Number 4 is to retire from tying your worth to your productivity. Work is not your identity. And so many of us, you've had a career for, decades. That has been who you have been. That's your identity. That's how you define yourself. You have to define yourself outside of whatever your career is and whatever your role is. And I kind of struggled with this myself. I had the same career. I was in the same job for 19 years. And I struggled with trying to move forward into a new career path. I went through a bit of a midlife transformation. I'll share that video here. When I turned 50, I wanted to transform my life and change a lot of things. And it started with my career. But for many years, I struggled with, if I am not that person, if I'm not that career, who am I? I felt like my entire identity was attached to that job. So that is something that a lot of people struggle with. And I think it's really important for you to not define yourself and your worth based on whatever career you have, whatever title you have as your career. Build your identity outside of that.
And creating an identity outside of your job title is important because careers can change. They can end or evolve, but who you are extends far beyond the work you do. Developing hobbies, friendships, passions, and personal goals gives you a sense of purpose and fulfillment that isn't tied to a paycheck or position.
Number 5 is to start investing in the life that you want outside of work. Quiet retirement isn't about caring less about work. It's about caring differently. You start to prioritize your time outside of work and look forward to the time outside of work. Go for those walks, plan dinners, spend time in your backyard. Build a life outside of work that you are so excited to get home to, so that work just becomes basically the means to afford the life that you want outside of work.
Building an identity outside of work starts with investing time in the things that make you feel curious, energized, and fulfilled. Explore hobbies you've always wanted to try, strengthen some friendships, volunteer, learn new skills, travel, or dedicate time to creative projects and personal goals. The goal is to create parts of your life that bring meaning and joy, regardless of your job title.
For the last 5 years, I have been prioritizing myself and prioritizing the time outside of work. I've been going for coffee. I've been going for walks. I've been focusing on meal prepping. I've been taking solo trips. I've been spending time with my kids separately. Also spending a lot more time with my husband.
As children grow up and become more independent, it's important to intentionally shift some of the time and energy that once revolved around parenting back into your marriage. Investing in your relationship through regular conversations, shared activities, date nights, and quality time helps to strengthen the relationship.
For many people in midlife, retirement is a few years away, but you can still retire from the stress and the burden of work and enjoy life now where you are. You can still collect your paycheck, you can still do great work, but you don't have to devote your entire life to work anymore. Hi friends, if you're new here, I'm Lori. This is Ever After 50. This is my boy Dante. I'm here to share all of my midlife adventures, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I am trying to redefine myself in midlife, also trying to redefine my marriage. If any of this resonates, make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell, and thank you so much for being here. So for my midlife friends, have you already started to quietly retire, or are you still carrying work home at night? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Your comments help all of the other viewers because we're all kind of experiencing similar things here in midlife. If you've made it this far, thank you so much. I hope that you've already subscribed. I hope I've provided some value for you. And until next time, bye for now.